I am smiling this morning and I'm saying hello to everyone. This is Reverend Jerry Hobby. We're coming to you live. This is our day of spiritual practice where we get up in the morning, we engage and warm the world through our spiritual practice. Our choice is that of meditation and mindfulness early every morning. We're on the Pacific Coast and we're inviting those that are perhaps on other time zones to join us, to pause, to take a moment and simply breathe as we anchor into the day. So I invite you to sit in this silence with us for a moment. Our reading this morning comes from 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. Today's reading is entitled, I Rejoice in the Good of All. There is a divine awareness within me that leads me upward and onward. I prepare myself for this ascent, filling my mental life with spiritual realization. My bread is manna from heaven. My meat is the living word. My fruit, the inspiration of hope. My wine, the essence of love. Laying aside all fear and uncertainty, I enter into my good today. Aware of my unity with life, I lose all thoughts of discord and lack. I permit the true pattern of wholeness to come to the surface, tending only those thoughts of my good with the fire of imagination and feeling. I refuse to think about anything unlike wholeness, knowing that life gives according to my faith. I lift my mind, I elevate my faith, and I listen deeply to the song of my being. Every good I have ever experienced is now increased. Every joy that has come into my life is now multiplied. There is a new influx of inspiration into my thought. I see more clearly than ever before that my divine birthright is freedom, joy, and eternal goodness. I realize that this same birthright is bequeathed to all people. The divine presence interprets itself to all people through love and friendship, peace and harmony, joy and freedom. I rejoice in the good of all. I'm inviting you to sit with me this morning, to sit in the silence, to engage just for a few minutes of deep contemplation in the good of all, touching people everywhere, regardless of their circumstance. We honor the good of all. Our reading this morning comes from 365 Science of Mind, a Year of Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. And today's reading is entitled, I Rejoice in the Good of All. There is a divine awareness within me that leads me upward and onward. I prepare myself for this ascent, filling my mental life with spiritual realization. My bread is manna from heaven, my meat, the living word, my fruit, the inspiration of hope, my wine, the essence of joy. Laying aside all fear and uncertainty, I enter into my good today. Aware of my unity with life, I choose all thoughts of discord and lack. I permit the true nature of wholeness to come to the surface, tending only those thoughts of my good with the fire of imagination and feeling. I refuse to think about anything unlike wholeness, knowing that life gives according to my faith. I lift my mind, I elevate my faith, and I listen deeply to the song of my being. And here is the point where I invite you to join us in being the chatter of life, changing and transforming it by the power of your voice and your spoken word. So I'm inviting you right now, if you're here in a virtual space, to unmute yourself, repeat after me. And if you're there on our social platforms, I invite you to do the same, to just repeat after me so that you will hear that spoken word of truth as you move through the day, and even when you're asleep and your consciousness is still at work. Every good I have experienced is now increased.
Every
Every
good
good
I
I have
have experienced
experienced is now increased.
Every joy that has come into my life is now multiplied.
every
Every
joy
joy
that
that
has come
comes
into
to
my
my life is
is
now
now multiplied.
There is a new influx of inspiration in my thoughts.
There
There's
is a new
new influx
influx
of
of
inspiration into
action
my
in
thoughts.
my thoughts.
I see more clearly than ever before
I see
I
more
see more
clearly than ever
clearly than ever
before
before
that my divine birthright is freedom,
that my
my
divine
divine
birthright
right
is freedom,
freedom,
joy, and
joy, and
eternal
joy.
goodness.
eternal goodness.
I realize that this is the same birthright
I realize
Realize this is
the
the
same birthright
is bequeathed to all people.
is
is
bequeathed
bequeathed
to
to
all
all.
people. Yes,
The divine presence interprets itself
The divine
the divine
presence
presence
interprets
interprets
itself
itself
to all people through love and friendship,
through
to
all
all
people
people
through
through love and friendship,
peace and harmony,
peace and harmony,
joy and freedom.
joy,
joy,
and freedom.
freedom.
I rejoice in the good of all.
I
I
rejoice
rejoice in the good
in
of all.
all.
I invite you to breathe that in this morning. And I hear the sacred and holy words, if God be for us, then who or what can be against us? No thing. So we lift our hearts, we lift our minds, we lift our awareness up, from whence our help cometh, from the infinite presence. And that infinite presence fulfills itself in this day. So I'm acknowledging this presence, and I'm acknowledging the consciousness, the collective consciousness right here and right now as the tipping point of good, a presence and a light, expanding itself everywhere within all of humanity. And I'm acknowledging this presence and this light right where I am and right where each individual is that is engaged in this moment. And what I'm knowing is that it is more than enough to support our growth, to support the expansion, to support good for people, for beings everywhere. And in this sacred awareness of this all-inclusive presence, unified and anchored in love, I'm giving thanks for the blessings of this day. I'm giving thanks for the wisdom of spirit in action. And I'm giving thanks for its practical fulfillment at every point and every reference for people, for beings everywhere. I hear the words, and God and the infinite meant it all for good. And I know that this good fulfills itself and reveals itself beyond that which we cannot even imagine today. In this space of grace and in this space of gratitude, we all affirm, and so it is, and now it is. Amen, Amen, and Ashe.
Amen. Amen and Ashe.
Mhm. I want to take a moment and thank you for being present with us today. I want to remind you today is Happy Wednesday, and on Happy Wednesday, we have a grand and a glorious time. I'm going to get my walk on. I am working at being a walking mystic, to walk and pray. But one of the exciting things that will be happening today is I'm going to be with you at 12 noon on our Facebook page, Spiritual Enlightenment and Truth Focused Ministry. And we get an opportunity to engage and detach from the worldly experiences again and remember truth through sacred meditation, about 20 minutes. And then after that, we invite you to come back. And we're going to invite you to come back and be with Reverend Larry Hobby for his book study. And it is called, the book he's working with now is Mind Training by Ravinda and Eldon Taylor. A wonderful book, a powerful book. And there's some powerful things there to support us in our healing, in our growth, and living life. I'm talking about the practical part of life. So come and be with us. And for those that are brave at heart, I invite you to join us this evening. My favorite time of the day on a Wednesday is this thing we call our Power Aid Prosperity Prayer Circle. And that takes place at 8 o'clock. You have to go and visit our website to find out more and to gain access, because it is not on our social platform. It is in a private room where you get to come and we get to be a beneficial presence, acknowledging the power of prosperity within our lives as well as that tipping point in the world. So we get to be that broadcasting station of that truth, as I believe I want to say Bruce Lipton. It is Bruce Lipton. He reminds us that we can be a broadcasting station. I thank you for being with us today. YouTube audience, we will see